Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of The Circuit, your source for tech and gaming news from around the net. I'm your host, Justin Pack. So, the sky seems to be falling for No Man's Sky, as recently was illustrated by Steam user data statistics. Specifically that there was less than 1,000 current players on the PC gaming platform. This is quite a far cry from where the game launched a little over a month and a half ago. According to estimates by Steam Spy, around 750,000 people purchased the game at launch, and around 220,000 people played on launch day. The open-world space exploration game saw a huge amount of marketing and hype leading up to its launch, with developer Sean Murray promising great things from the indie title. Fans of the game, once on board the hype train, did such things as pay thousands of dollars to get early leaked copies of the game, and sent the developer death threats when they announced that it would be released a few weeks later than they had initially planned. You know, because that's how you get your game made. You threaten the people who make it. Once the game was released, however, the reality of the title was not so great, with the game currently sitting at a 60 on Metacritic from reviewers and a 2.7 out of 10 from users. But hey, between the PlayStation 4 and the PC version, they sold at least 1 million copies, so not too bad for an indie title. I'm sure Hello Games is crying all the way to the bank. Yeah. Well, you know who else might be crying? Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, and probably her IT guy as well, as it seems there's a new twist in the Hillary Clinton deleted emails scandal. This time, it involves Reddit. A post appeared on the site claiming new evidence in the congressional investigation of Hillary Clinton's emails that were possibly altered around the 2012 Benghazi embassy attacks. These Reddit sleuths claim that Hillary Clinton's IT specialist, Paul Gambetta, who worked on her email server, made posts on Reddit asking how to alter some of the contents of a very VIP person's email to strip out that person's email address. Just one day before this post went up is when the State Department decided to turn over these emails to the FBI regarding the investigation. These posts on Reddit, once discovered, quickly reached the front page where the original poster, Reddit user Stone Tier, freaked out, tried to delete them, and then his entire account. As all of Reddit watched on and laughed. Because hey man, diamonds in the internet are forever. Everything was screenshotted and archived. I mean, if you want to talk about removing things off the internet, Beyonce can probably give you some tips. She knows what's up. The username Stone Tier is likely connected to Gambetta, as there is some Stone Tier Etsy user account with the name Paul Gambetta attached to it, as well as Gambetta.com is registered to stonetier@gmail.com. And some other evidence like Facebook friends referring to Gambetta as Stone Tier. It's unclear at this point what that might mean for Gambetta and the investigation, as he has currently pled the Fifth Amendment and refused to testify before the House Oversight Committee. But those not supporting Hillary for president have called this a smoking gun in the issue. I guess basically the takeaway here is Reddit has a lot of free time and they screenshot everything, so just be careful. Well, that's enough about politics. Let's talk about Pokemon instead. Or we could talk about that one Pokemon that sort of looks like Donald Trump? Wait, actually, let's not do that. We'll just talk about regular Pokemon. Mainly that an executive at the Pokemon Company may have confirmed Nintendo's next console, the Nintendo NX, is in fact a handheld console hybrid. And that they'll be developing games for it. So, yeah. In an interview with Wall Street Journal, Pokemon President Company CEO Tsunekazu Ishihara said about the new console, the NX is trying to change the concept of what it means to be a home console device, or a handheld device. He continued, we will make games for the NX. So, Pokemon games on the NX confirmed, yay! Also, a new trailer for Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, showing some new Pokemon and features like character customization options, as well as a new Z move with Pikachu, which involves doing a little dance, and then immediately chucking him into the sky. Can't wait to put that electric mouse. Pokemon Sun and Moon will be available on November 8th. So some games you won't be seeing coming out soon, or basically ever, in the near future, is every game from developer Digital Homicide. Why is that, you ask? Well, because Steam has removed all of their games from their platform, which for a small PC developer is basically the end of your business, as the majority of PC games are purchased on Steam. Why these games were pulled? Well, because the game studio was suing 100 anonymous Steam users for $18 million as compensation for personal injury. Digital Homicide co-founder James Oliver Romaine Jr. is claiming that these users have attacked him for up to 21 months over some Steam comments and on YouTube and other social media platforms. It's not the first time Digital Homicide has gone after online commenters. There is an ongoing case between Digital Homicide and outspoken video game critic Jim Sterling over his criticisms of their titles such as The Slaughtering Grounds. So it would seem in response to all this, Steam has simply just shut everything down. Steam's parent company, Valve, issued a statement saying, Valve has stopped doing business with Digital Homicide for being hostile to Steam customers. Remain responded by posting on Digital Homicide's website saying, by removing us, they have taken the stance that users have the right to harass me, tell me I should kill myself, and insult my family. If I try to defend myself against said actions, then I lose my family's income. So hey, yeah, like death threats, not really cool, internet commenters, but hey, developer, also not cool for suing people when they just don't like the thing that you made. That's not how that works. But I guess internet commenters overreacting to everything. If only there was some way to moderate comment sections. Hey, well, YouTube is trying to do just that with their new program launched called YouTube Heroes. YouTube Heroes is a global community of volunteer contributors that help create the best possible YouTube experience for everyone. The program is designed to help users have more of an impact in the YouTube community by adding subtitles, reporting negative comments, as well as contributing to help forums. There appears to be a point system attached to these activities as well, which allows heroes to level up and gives them access to training and exclusive things like video chats and events. Eventually, other functions on the site like moderation abilities and the ability to mass flag videos will also be available to high-level users. I mean, hey, I get points for mass flagging videos. That's gonna go great. There's no way that could go wrong. Top-level heroes will also be able to connect to YouTube staff directly and get access to features to test before they're publicly available. Should be interesting to see if giving the community some power for itself actually does any good. I mean, they hoped the community would get better when they started forcing people to use their real names attached to their Google Plus profiles, but I think we all knew how well that went. But if you want to try this YouTube program for yourself, signups for YouTube Heroes is now publicly open. And wrapping up the show, we have some news from Apple, because it wouldn't be a show without Apple news. Yeah, this one, though, you can pretty squarely mark up in the rumor territory, but it's kind of cool. So it's possible that Apple might be looking into creating some sort of vehicle. It was reported by the New York Times and the Financial Times that Apple was in talks of investment or maybe acquisition of car manufacturer McLaren. McLaren has since issued a statement saying, we can confirm that McLaren is not in discussion with Apple in any respect of potential investment. So I guess not. But it should be important to note that McLaren is a private company, so it doesn't have the disclosure statements that some public companies have. So there's still maybe a chance that something's going on. And the fact that two large news sources independently confirmed something was happening between Apple and McLaren makes me think that like there's something happening. We're not sure quite what it is yet. On top of all that, Apple is also reportedly in talks with self-balancing motorcycle company Lit Motors. It has apparently hired away several of its engineers in the past, and it's not the first time we've heard of Apple maybe working on some sort of vehicle. There's been rumblings in the past about Apple doing engineering on electric and self-driving cars, two in technologies that are very closely related to what McLaren and Lit have been working on. So it just makes me wonder, like, what's going on, and what is this vehicle going to look like if it ever comes to exist? Hopefully it's not like the Sinclair C5, because that thing was, wow. It's either going to be just as dorky or super cool, but probably either way it won't have a standard headphone jack. Yeah. Well, that about does it for the circuit. Thank you for joining us, and for more news about what's happening in the internet and gaming stuff, join us again next week. Like, where do you buy the Apple car? The Apple Store? Like, AT&T? Do you have to get a mobile plan? Can I get insurance on my car? Oh, I guess I do, don't I? Ooh, lasers. With developer Sean Murray promising great things from the Indle title. What's an Indle title? A post appeared. Yes, those are the words that you want to say. A post appeared on the site claiming new evidence in the congressional investigation. This is Congress.